Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Friday the 23rd of June comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar index again, and we see here that we're just struggling to hold on to the gains here, just falling back below the clouds. So we are just seeing that fall away. We do still have this upside target of 2%, but the dollar just losing a little bit of its recent strength, and conversely the euro just starting to rise up through the cloud, but we may just be hitting some resistance. We need to just watch whether we go back below the cloud here. We do have this target of 109 downside, which is where we see the euro heading for next. Looking at Japanese yen, we see dollar is pretty flat against the yen, so not much action short term in this currency pair. Sterling's recovering this morning up through the cloud, so that's bullish short term. We do have an upside target back to 129, but we do have quite strong support, resistance here and multiple downside targets, so we expect this move in sterling to be short-lived. We see that rise against the euro as well, and also the Swiss franc just starting to come back through the cloud, but again multiple downside targets. Against the Australian dollar, we are above the cloud, but multiple downside targets and falling away very slightly this morning. So Aussie dollar strength, sterling is relatively weak but stronger against some other currencies. S&P 500 index is just sitting this 2434 level, quite flat really the last couple of weeks. We do still have this upside target of 2533. That's 4% upside. So the market's still looking like it can make that level. Very little change last night. Nasdaq really struggling to get through this 5,800 level. That's the level we need to be through really to be convincing of this recovery, but we are looking like a short-term bullish move here, so it does look like the recovery is looking more and more likely. Dow Jones, much the same, we're bullish above the cloud on all three time frames, and the Russell was up very slightly last night, so that's bullish as well. The S&P future up very slightly this morning, and the Nasdaq E-mini also up 0.2%, so it suggests we might finish the week on a better note for the US market. FTSE is still down below the cloud and down this morning, so we are just seeing that deteriorating. We've got downside targets here of 7,300, 7,200, so it does look like FTSE will go lower still. The FTSE 250 is actually in the doldrums at the moment, but below the cloud short term, probably finding support on the cloud here in the medium-term chart. And the DAX is also a mixed picture, down 0.25% this morning, so we are just seeing some short-term weakness there as well. Nikkei is bullish above the cloud on all three time frames. Hang Seng is a bit bearish on the short term, medium and long term okay. Shanghai is the reverse, it's bullish short term, but medium and long term still not out of the woods. And the Indian market just pulling back into that trading range. We've really been sort of tight on this 31,000 area for the last few weeks, but still looks bullish long term. The Australian market putting in a bit of a recovery this morning, but the medium-term chart is deteriorating, so that's looking a bit worrying. Brent crude up 0.5%, so we are just seeing some improvement in the price, but we are still very bearish on the chart. WTI, much the same picture, and we are still bearish here on the chart as well. Natural gas is hanging around this $2.90 level, so not much action yesterday. A little bit of volatility on the price, on the storage numbers, but really we're back to where we started. If we look at some of the other charts, softs, coffee's been plummeting. We just see the charts here really falling away there on softs. A lot of soft commodities looking pretty bad. Gold is still in its short-term bullish phase, finding support here on the cloud as well, so looking bullish medium, long and short term, and we do have this new upside target of 1273, but quite a lot of resistance here, so just need to keep an eye on that. And silver, we have also an upside target of 3% at $17.23, so we are just seeing here that $17.23, so we are just seeing a recovery in silver as well. US Treasury yields sitting at 2.16%, so not much action there. Apple is the stock I said we need to watch. We're not quite through on this recovery. Nasdaq is recovering, but Apple isn't, and as a bellwether that is a little bit of a concern for the market. Need to break back above this cloud level, back really above 149, 150. Google looking better, or Alphabet as was, we're seeing here bullish above the cloud, and Amazon also looking more bullish above the cloud as well, and Facebook holding its bullishness above the cloud too. Upside target here of 166, so it's looking pretty bullish, and Microsoft not quite recovering to the same extent as, say, Facebook and Amazon, Google, but still looking pretty good. That's it for today. Until Monday, have a great weekend. Happy charting. See you then.